Ladies and gentlemen, they, them, and everyone else in between, welcome to the stage of history. My name is SPF Dark, and we're coming at you live here at the CCA, bringing you our Division 3 Bronze matchup. Now, before I get too ahead of myself, I am joined by a very good friend of mine.
Yo, what's good? It is Frosty back at you with the CCA Season 5 Finals, or in this case, third place match, so kind of a final, right?
It's always a final here. For today's matchup, we will be overlooking EaUCD Splatoon White, hailing from the University of California, Davis, versus Goomies from the Virginia Commonwealth University. This is East Coast versus West Coast, isn't it? I just realized.
I mean, you know I'm biased. West Coast, Best Coast, but I'm just excited because both of these teams have really made names for themselves in the CCA. Whether, let's talk about UCD Splatoon White in the first place. They're one of two junior teams from UCD's Banana Split, which is their varsity team who made Division 1 playoffs. And on the flip side, we have the Goomies from VCU, one of the two junior teams from Big Fat Seek House, who also made Div 1 playoffs. So it's like a weird parallel, and it's kind of poetic they're here in third place, right?
Yeah. I don't have that much knowledge of these teams personally, but I will say, going based on what you have mentioned already, this is gonna be pretty much a very good game for us today. It is unfortunate that they couldn't actually close out the season with a first place, second place placement, but this is why we're here to see who actually gets that podium placement for third place. Now, all of these teams are sitting at a current 5-2 record, so this genuinely could go either way from what I'm seeing so far.
Yeah, honestly, and 5-2, definitely nothing to scoff at. Both of these teams have had very tough sort of roads to get here. With Splatoon White dropping 0-5 to Long Beach Black, and Goomies as well, 2-5 to Egg Spaghetti. Both very well-established teams that they've had to kind of fight their way through. And meeting here, on essentially, you know, a grander stage, it's a lot of pressure, and these teams have shown that they can kind of roll with the punches, and now we're here.
Yeah, now we're indeed. And exactly what these teams are going to be going on as we head over to the keys to victory. You see exactly what they might be trying to pull off today with Splatoon White. Already we see spot and exploit any holes in the enemy team's vision, be active in enforcing hold over the key parts of the map, efficiently coverage advantage to objective scaring. It looks like Splatoon White is looking to just have a very strong map presence and being able to abuse whatever weakness Goomies might be having.
And, I mean, we have keys to victory here, but I also wanted to show off one of my keys to victory that I think is very important to, hey, listen here, I wrote this out. This is a very insightful insider knowledge. It's, you see that, right? Just get the dub. Right?
I mean, get the dub. It's plain and simple as that, honestly.
Get the dub. And speaking of dubs, Goomies' plan to get that dub is appropriate application of team core concepts. I think those are individual. I don't know if it's like their own keys to victory or individual members what they think. Fox desires to shoot them with my big gun and they explode pew pew. And Lumino and Rare are going to be making out mid-match. I see. So
love wins, you know. So
actually, you know what? Love wins. You're right. Maybe I just don't see it yet, but I think you might be right.
Love wins, and with that mentality, Lumino and Rare are definitely going to be the ones who are trying to take Goomies this win today. As we head on to our first map mode of the set, Splat Zone's on Hagglefish Market.
Ooh, okay. I am a Hagglefish super fan, so maybe it's just me, but I think this is a fantastic start to this set. It's a very, not open map, but it does have options to take other than run it down mid and just explode them with your big gun pew pew, as Fox would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most definitely. Splat Zone's Hagglefish is definitely... I don't know exactly what they might be playing each of these teams individually. With a big gun pew pew from Goomies, I'm assuming a shooter of some kind. And, you know, with shooters being just a very, 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 very well-established weapon class in Splatoon 3. I generally have no idea which way that might swing, but with zones, there's definitely just the left and right flanks that people kind of overlook sometimes, and I'm very excited to see exactly how these teams are probably going to either abuse that or defend that from their opposing team.
True. As we're seeing here, both of these teams have shown themselves to be capable of being able to pull out those tacticalers, keep that game moving fast, and have the momentum and pressure to keep up with all, I guess, 3 approach options. More likely 2, but, you know, that is neither here nor there. I am seeing Goomies notably with the double cooler, which huh? Well, I mean, actually, you know what? Okay. Yeah. If they're comfortable with it, hell yeah. Honestly, that's metal. That's metal right there. That's heat. And if they're able to make it work, more power to them, right?
Yeah, I mean, on paper, it could be a thing that could work if you have a constant daisy chain of tactical going out. There realistically shouldn't be any downtime when you have cooler, but we see exactly how these teams will be trying to abuse that as we head to the first match of this set. And already, as a blaster lover myself, seeing range blaster, I'm already excited.
Oh, and it wouldn't be Hagglefish without both sides pulling out that Snipe Rider 5H. Very impressive weapon, and a lot of firepower and painting potential from very safe spots. That tarp is like deceptively hard to hit. It looks like you could just chip over it with something that can fling it over, but it's easier said than done. Right now, Splatoon White managing to get the upper hand, capping that zone early. However, the strike's going to come out and neutralize that zone once more. Gumi's not ready to give this up quite yet, as Nightbloom going and contesting around the cooler area as the members are moving in. Wet Bubble on the right side, trying to run away. Yes, they do manage to get away, Dark.
Oh, a very contested point right now for the zone indeed. Both of these teams are struggling, trying to remain as much of a hold as they can, but it seems like Goomies were able to flip it and they're already pushing Splatoon White back bit by bit. But no, a trade right there from the Range Blaster causes a bit of delay in that push, and both teams are just fighting over neutral, trying to see exactly what opening they can, but Goomies is holding strong.
Oh, Fox, the critical pick on that Splatana Stamper right there. Being able to hold this zone as it ticks all the way down to 64 when the team is down. That is crucial, and it goes down. The Snipe Rider is under pressure under that tarp. Down they go. Goomies is starting to run away with this match right now. The control of neutral they have right now cannot be understated or, I guess, ignored with how much pressure they're putting forward and making sure that no one gets through, no one gets in.
Danger territory for Splatoon White, as Goomies, they're already contesting their plat, keeping Splatoon White out for long enough, and then a double going out. Triple goes out for Goomies. This could be Splatoon White's chance to flip the zone, and they just barely managed to get that zone flipped before any more damage can be done.
Well, but Dark, the damage is done. That is 12 points before the first 2 minutes of the match is done. That is huge, massive pick by the Splatana Stamper over there. Gonna get picked up by Lumino. However, they have managed to buy their team a lot more time in the zone to stop the Goomies offense. They've been very good at being able to hold them back, but it's yet to see how they're able to retake when they're down, you know? Maybe, like, having this good offense is great, but you have to keep yourself in that position. If you're able to hold it, what's the point? You get me?
Yeah, most definitely. The Goomies being able to abuse any Splatoon's White weaknesses in their hold is definitely going to be the name of the game for the remainder of this set. And both these teams are just desperately trying to remain a strong enough hold over this zone. A trade going back and forth, not long of a lead being held, as already Goomies look to test that zone, but no, they have one player down. It is now Splatoon's White turn to keep the aggression going.
Ooh, and those tri-strikes are devastating to get that zone flip, to keep giving Splatoon White that penalty. Sorry about that technical difficulty.
And a bit of technical difficulties.
Oh, here we are. Okay, perfect. Now I can see. Okay, so right now, ooh, it's Splatoon White with 3 members down. That is not what you want to see, as Goomies is chipping through their own basically massive penalty. That was like, what, 60, 50-ish points?
Well, yeah, that was almost a 60-point lead. Goomies is just going at it, keeping this snowball going. It looks like it's going to be a non-stop avalanche right now at these points as Splatoon White keeps going down, trickling one by one. 10 points remaining. 2 players down, 3 players down for Splatoon White. Got the wipeout that launches Goomies this first game into their favor.
Oh, and Fox, that spun is well deserved with that final encounter, the dramatic showdown in the zone. And what a dynamic game one. Goomies have shown a very oppressive sort of presence in the field. We have seen that they're running weapons that have a lot more of an offensively minded approach to the game, like the name's like Machine Neo. There we go. Machine Neo, the crab tank on that splash, the Octo Shot. Weapons that like to take aggressive fights and push as hard as they possibly can to basically assert dominance in mid. I think that's exactly what they were going for. And with Splatoon White running something like a Range Blaster and a Splatoon Stamper, something that's a lot more prone to getting run down, I think they'd need to make sort of an adjustment to, kind of get the hang of it and keep the pace.
Yeah, most definitely. With the Range Blaster and the Splatoon Stamper, as you mentioned, those are a bit of a slower weapons, and even though they do have a good synergy with chip damage and being able to poke out and outrange a lot of the weapons, if your opponents are just so much faster than you that you actively can't keep up with their speed, their momentum, with pain output, then you're just going to keep getting pushed back further and further, and you're going to see a scenario like we just saw right now, where Splatoon White, they were able to fight back a little bit, but Goomies just came back, struck twice as hard, and kept them down for twice as long. It was a very, very hard thing to recover from with the weapon cop. So there might be a few adjustments going here as we head on to Town Control and Ship-Shape Cargo Company.
Ooh, you bring up a really good point about the pacing of the match, Dark, where Tower Control is a game mode where you have to at least keep one of your team members on that tower. And obviously, if you put something like a pencil there, they can still affect fights, but that's still something to consider in the positioning of your team. And the way that Goomies ran away with Splat Zones, what they're able to do is send everyone away from the objective and essentially spawn camp.
Yep.
But with Tower Control, you have to formulate your defense and positioning dynamically as that objective moves. So I want to see what their adjustments are, if any, to, I guess, both their weapon comp and their general strategy. And on the flip side, Splatoon White now has an opportunity to breathe, to reposition themselves. They're given advantageous positions by default on the defense. On most maps. This is one of the better ones, so lucky for them. But I'm curious as to see what their plan is going into it. I do see that they have one of their keys to victory being active and enforcing hold over key parts of the map. When those key parts of the map are changing, how are they able to juggle this?
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very just trial and error kind of thing, you know? Right now, we're... Some of these teams who are actively take a bit of time to get going, they use those first games to actively try and see exactly how the enemy team plays and try and counteract that and adjust from there. And with Splatoon White, that first game could have very well been a very key important of a download to try and recognize, okay, we can't run this comp anymore because Goomies just keeps running us down, so let's try a different approach. Let's try a new comp. And with how their map control has been such a key part of their keys to victory, is also a very good chance to try and see exactly how they might reinforce that idea.
You bring up great points about this whole idea of the download match. I mean, it is game one. Dropping game one, not the end of the world, doesn't really affect your momentum because, I mean, neither team really has it. So, if anything, that's a great learning experience to kind of recognize what threats are, what you can get away with. What?
Oh.
I see. They are definitely getting away. That is a vanilla Luna Blaster and a Tri-Stringer coming out from Splatoon White. They are cooking, and I am here for it.
I mean, yeah, if you keep Goomies on their toes about what weapon you're gonna be picking, especially with these more niche weapon types, what can they do to counteract that? And already, one goes down for Goomies. Splatoon White already has his opening advantage to try and keep the momentum going, but with Cooler going down, that's a 3-down scenario for Goomies. Splatoon White having this momentum going as the lone Luna Blaster marches to the first checkpoint.
It was such a promising start, but it doesn't look like it's stopping just yet. It looks like that lone Luna Blaster has given the team an entry back in. They are still contesting the tower. How did they get it to this first checkpoint? How did we get here?
Luna Blaster is very, very prominent, just being close and just deleting the enemy opponents is what you do in this last down, doing this.
Fine with the Imperi Splatoolies. I see. My brain's broken because I didn't know how that push worked, but it certainly did. You know what? Kudos, great job. As you're seeing here, the cooler is online for Splatoon White, so here's their chance to get some major points on the board. Start initiating that stagger. We're seeing the Sniper Rider does go down, but they are still even right now. The tower is still pushing, hitting that second checkpoint in a couple of seconds here. Looks like we have oh, there's a trade out on the left side, and the tower is flipping the other way. Splatoon White has made a sizable chunk into the points here, but now with Goomies taking the tower back, there is still a lot of Splatoon left to play here, Dark.
2 minutes already into this game. These teams are going back and forth with these trades. Not one being able to get much of a lead as we head back into neutral. Goomies just now having this momentum, heading to first checkpoint, pushing Splatoon White back a bit. But can they match with this aggression and see exactly how they're going to try and take this hold? It may not be enough for the Splatoon.
But having that, I guess, flexibility of that, you know, that Swiss Army knife of a weapon that can flex to using those burst bombs to chip and changing the ranges. That kind of flexibility is exactly what Goomies is looking for. Going through that second checkpoint, looks like they haven't broken it quite yet, with Rare being the last one on that tower. Are they able to get it? No! Foppy and Jim are going to pick them off as 1, 2 jumps, 3 jumps come in! Lumino is still alive! No, there they go! That's the right bounce!
If there ever was a textbook case example of tripling, I think that would be it right there. As a wipeout on Goomies' side means Splatoon White has free reign to just shove this tower all the way to the other side of the map with a triple to follow that. This is looking to be a very dangerous scenario for Goomies if they don't get their bearings straight.
Oh no, there is blood in the water right now, right? Now that Luna Blaster is about to go on a rampage, just sharking around these little walls, trying to clip over. The splashdown comes out from Nightbloom, managing to get more space. The tower is still moving towards that checkpoint. 3 members are down, and Nightbloom is forced on the retreat. Trying to skirmish with Lumino, no, they're managing to get picked off. The Goomies have this tower back with power. So they have the huge advantage in being able to just stop whatever's coming at them with that splash wall, with those whales, halting the advance. The second checkpoint is broken. Bubble is on the straightaway, going straight to the checkpoint. That's 5 points, 4 points remaining. 1, that is game. Game 2 goes to Goomies.
Oh, wow. That game. So Splatoon White, they had a very phenomenal opening push, but they just couldn't recover fast enough as Goomies. They struck once to take the lead on the first strike, and they struck again to just take that knockout. Within that last minute of this game, Goomies are here to just fight for this third place podium placement.
Well, it seems like every time that there's a fight, I'm always looking like, okay, who's jumping in? Because they are coming in ready to have a slugfest. Okay, the triple jump in, like, yeah, I know you said trickling, but when you have a lead like that and you've shown that you can win these team fights, if you can get away with that lucky landing, there is a real possibility. Maybe I'm just a believer in the spirit of the feeder, but Honestly, I would have done the same thing. If you see the opportunity, you take it, you know?
Most definitely. And as I'm hearing from the voices in my head and via Discord chat, we're going for a quick intermission as we're gonna get.
And welcome back. Thank you so much for your patience. I've just been told that the producer doesn't like me. In my defense, their Ethernet tables taste really good. So, you know, if a guy gets hungry on the mic, you know?
Yeah, we men can't have hobbies in this industry.
God forbid
apparently.
men have
God
hobbies.
forbid men have hobbies, you know. But no, we are back with hopefully the remainder of our set. I'm hoping that our technical difficulties have been solved here as we head into our next match for this set, which is going to be Rainmaker on Museum D'Alfonsino.
Ooh, okay, so I'm gonna pull out my crystal ball here and kind of hypothesize what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
With the offensive presence that Goomies has shown so far this set, I think this is exactly the game 3 they want to see to keep their momentum going. Because first check is so close, and it puts you in a very good position with that spinner, with everything. This map favors the bold. And if Splatoon White wants to take this off of them and deal a huge blow to that momentum they've built up, this is where you do it. Mm-hmm. Match them blow for blow, go ham, essentially.
Yeah, the first checkpoint being only what I consider just 5 feet from the Rainmaker, honestly, it is a very... you can get away with so much if you just make those wild plays. And you know, Goomies are probably more favored to pull something off like this, considering they've been very aggressive, very forward moving. While Splatoon White wants to just play a more patient, just zone them out kind of style. So this could favor Goomies mode, but this is the moment Splatoon White needs to be like, all right, we need it. As a quote from another game I played, we need to flip it and we need to rip it.
That quote's heat, actually. That's probably the best I could use to describe the situation right now. The return of the range blaster. I do like that choice. And we are seeing... Oh, that's an Aniki Nova. Wait, okay. Oh, wait, hold on. No. I think all of these weapons deserve a little look at. There's the Slosher Deco, the Forge Pro pencil, and Aniki Nova. That's an interesting comp. I have no idea how that meshes.
It is, you know, sometimes the best way to lab is live in sets, so we can see exactly how these are going. And already, Goomies just 1 down, Splatoon 2 White, 2 down for Splatoon 2 White. This could be the breakaway we mentioned, but no! They just, one member from Goomies managed to take hold of the Rainmaker and stop any further momentum going from Splatoon White.
Oh. And this might be bad for the Goomies. With the way that spinner is going, they have the jump. Yes, they're able to make it. No, they don't clear their first checkpoint. The sniper's going to come out and pick them right off. It is still right there, so the checkpoint's probably still as good as done. However, never mind. I should stop talking about that because the Goomies are here to say, you know what, Frosty? We don't like the way you're saying that. Checkpoint's a strong word.
Getting a boy is merely a suggestion in this game mode, and right now, Zipcaster going out, hopefully trying to get a pick or two. Bucket just doing Bucket things, sloshing ink all over the place. Doesn't quite get the pick it needs as one goes down. Soon, Goomies are looking to try and move off of that first pick, potentially getting that first checkpoint, but no, 2 of their own teammates go down, potentially a third.
Oh, it is tense right now. It is an ink bath in mid right now. A member of the Goomies goes down on the ramp. However, another one rushed forward, picked off by Bubble. Managed to cover it. Fox is under whale right now. With Jim running up, trying to get the pick. They do manage to clean it up. Splatoon White holding onto this lead. Can you even call it a lead, though? Neither checkpoint has been broken, and it is just a tense back and forth.
Most definitely, whoever gets his first checkpoint right here in this set is going to be able to dictate the tempo for the ending of this game right now. As one goes down for another one goes down for Goomies. The Splatoon White are looking to try to get this snow going, but one of their own goes down already. 2 down for Goomies right now. This is Splatoon White's breakaway to get the first checkpoint broken as this momentum is going, but no! They get denied yet again!
Okay, wait, surely they... Okay, cool, they've got it now. Okay, for a second, I was going to lose it if no one got the checkpoint by now. But now Foppy under a lot of pressure by 2 members jumping down from the top ropes, trying to get the pick. The Rainmaker shield has been neutralized, with just both teams just dumping their ink tanks into it, but it has not popped yet. Goomies has their chance to make this retake, get some picks on the scoreboard right now. Rare popping that shield, managing to get it done. However, they do go down as Jim and Foppy are moving up with Pamperino on that range blaster, giving them cover fire. They're on the breakaway. The Inkmine stops them.
39 points remaining from Splatoon White. That's a very sizable lead for that Goomies needs to try and potentially eat through as we head to the final 2 minutes of the game. 1 down already for Goomies. They're looking to try and just potentially reset this, but they need to keep a close eye on that Rainmaker because there's still players on their plat that can easily just run away with it and get it inch just a little bit further.
Oh, wishy-washy with the snipe there, pumping out those killer whales, trying to keep the members of Goomies away. However, for what it looks like on the map, Splatoon White still has massive control over mid and a foothold into the enemy plat. That is not something you want to see. However, Bubble gonna go ahead and rush down that backline, trying to keep the pressure off of the main roster, trying to get back in. But it's too little too late. 2 members from Goomies are going down. This looks like it could be the start of how they lose their plat and potentially this game.
Most definitely, as we head into 1 minute 30 seconds remaining, both teams have a member down, 2 down for Goomies. Splatoon White has a hold of the Rainmaker and looking to try and get it as far as they can before they eventually get splatted. With a lead like that, they have all the tempo control they need to try and stall up Goomies as long as they have as we head into the final minute of this game.
And they're still holding amazing control over that, using that spinner to their advantage to boost their weapons range, get themselves a clear way to throw their bombs, exactly know what they're throwing. Oh, clean Zuka shot by Foppy there, managing to get the pick. Gonna go ahead and pressure Fox back, trying to get that Rainmaker. Yes, they do manage to pick it up. Are they trying to reset the shield, perhaps stall maybe? Here comes the Booyah Bomb trying to push them back. Do they have coverage on the right side? No, it looks like the members are gonna keep the pressure up on left, but with only 2 members up front, it is going to be difficult. No, the Rainmaker falls off the side!
But that may or not be the saving grace for Goomies as we head to the final 30 seconds. It's finally going to be the Rainmaker into their hands as Tactical Cooler is out. 1 goes down, unfortunately, for Goomies. I don't know if they have Cooler or not yet. 20 seconds remaining. Cooler out for Splatoon White as another pick goes out. 2 picks goes out. This could be Goomies' breakaway to at least get that first checkpoint.
And a checkpoint they need. They are holding out for a hero right now. Fox holding that Rainmaker. They need to get this checkpoint if they want to stay in this match. If Fox goes down, that is game over for them. Game 3 right here. They're still waiting. Very patient on that checkpoint. There's a lot of hitboxes coming out, and they don't have the clear paint. They're going for it. Here comes the bottles trying to chip them down. The checkpoint is broken.
Oh, they want a successful first checkpoint take, but no! It looks like with just a good amount of specials, Splatoon Wipe is gonna take that push and just hold it right in place as the first game for Splatoon Wipe goes into their name.
That was an absolute tidal wave of paint, hitboxes, whatever Splatoon White had to throw past that checkpoint, they were ready. And even then, like, after all the bombs and the pain and the indirects came out, and Goomies was like, okay, we can keep pushing this. Zuka! Just react! Ta-da!
Everyone, and I mean everyone, always loves the good Zuka to the face with what I think is like a 5-second startup before you actually have to like dodge the actual blast, you know. We have fun in this game, but no, that one Splatoon right there, I think it actually is a tried and true, just flip it and rip it.
Thank you, producer, for showing us what a Trizuka looks like. It's... Is that really how fast it pops? Okay, full disclosure, I don't use Zuka weapons. I clearly have a special preference. If, you know, for those that didn't know, brush us off, Noble Cloak. But, going into game number 4 here with Clam Blitz Crab Leg Capital. This map, I love every single streamed match that happens on this map, because for some reason, CCA teams look at this and go, yeah, it's time to give commentators and the audience heart attacks. Because with the way that those checkpoints are positioned, those are in very tense, like very tough spots. And the neutrals that form there usually either last like 40 seconds, a full minute, or there's a very explosive confrontation on grates. Confrontations on grates are the name of the game here.
Yeah, no, I'm with you with that. I think this map mode specifically is just a blessed map mode for just to go out of the CCA for a quick moment. Last weekend on at LTC, which I was at by the way, for grand finals, this is the map where Moonlight got the bracket reset over Starburst. This map, I'm pretty sure it was, I know it was Crab Leg Capital. I don't know if it was Clam Blitz, but this map specifically has a very, very like just well dedicated history of just being a very explosive map. So with these two teams coming into here 1-2 in favor of Goomies, I'm very excited to see what's going to be the story for this set.
And okay, we've seen both of these teams pull out things like the pencil. I think something like that would be very powerful because, I mean, A, it's pencil, and B, the blend of that cooler plus range is exactly what you need to contend in these very, like, high-priority spots around the middle and after the first checkpoint. So, going into these weapon comps here, dropping into the match, we are seeing... No, none of those. That is the Range Blaster only, with Goomies keeping the pencil and adding in that Zinc Mini. Interesting choices.
I don't think Goomies have had a weapon pick yet that we haven't been like just weapon named. Like they're just rotating through the entire lineup of weapons right now, and already 2 down for Goomies, 1 down for Splatoon White. This is gonna be a very back and forth game as Goomies are 3 down already.
Ooh, and I do like the idea of using that Toxic Mist, trying to stall what essentially could turn into a very bad snowball situation. Every second that you keep someone in that, they are not recovering ink, they're not recovering damage. It is a very powerful situation that I think a lot of teams take for granted. And being able to use that to kind of hold off Splatoon White for as long as possible. Looks like Bubble's in a tough spot, cornered by Jim and Foppy. They do manage to clean up the pick right here as the jumps are coming out. Splatoon White is establishing themselves very comfortably in mid right now, but with Clam Blitz, they need to be able to get those clams and move. The second they are able to make an opportunity for themselves, that could be it right there. They need to be able to capitalize.
Most definitely being able to take those picks and have the clams at the ready to just get a very fast power clam into the basket. This could be the moment though, as one goes down, another one jumps out. Booyah bomb out. This could be the slowly encroaching on that ramp. Bubble and Zuka just managed to hold off that push just for a little bit longer.
And a quick shout out right here to Lumino with that Zinc Mini. They're able to just put, as I've said earlier, with the Toxicness, but also that bubble was very smart. Being able to stop that Zuka from potentially tripling their teammates and like starting this horrible stagger that they don't want to see. That's the kind of team play that wins games. Kudos.
Team play is going to be the key to victory here, as both these teams just desperately trying to keep the other out just for long enough to get any momentum shift going. But right now, the momentum shift going for Splatoon Wipe as 3 goes down for Goomies. Splatoon Wipe is just slowly encroaching further and further, but they can't get past the ramp. They have a lot of clams into their name, but they can't go. It's for nothing if they can't go anywhere with it.
And the clash of unstoppable force versus a movable object seems like it continues on. For a second, I almost got me there. I almost thought that Jim was cooking with that double there, but no, Goomies responds back with 2 of their own. And it looks like they're just holding a new neutral over by the Goomies ramp. Might be exactly where they want to take this, considering they have that pencil. They have that crab tank. They have the ability to have all these very long-lasting specials and pressure. Ooh, there's a lot going on right here. Fox going on a tear right now, skirmishing with a range blaster up close. And oh, they do manage to hit.
A weapon matchup fighting in a place you would not expect it. Both these teams are just desperately trying to get as much of a hold as they can over another, but just getting shut down almost immediately by the other team. 2 down for Goomies yet again. Splatoon White just keeping this aggression going, but they can't get the momentum building up fast enough to get any clams for their name. 2 minutes remaining on this game with no points scored. This is what I like to call a 5-minute game of neutral, but no, as I say that, 3 go down for Splatoon White. Goomies running ahead to potentially get the first point scored, and they do!
Wait, this could be huge! This could be huge! The bubble was up, protecting Lumino for as long as they needed. 68 points! Solid. Oh no, they're bringing it down one more. A bubble throwing in more clams. Rare gonna sacrifice themselves as well for a 59-point finish on this push. Very formidable. However, this is Lamb Blitz on Crab Leg Capital. This could swing at any moment. Splatoon White needs to be able to get these clams. They do get the pick on the snipe rider. Oh, this.
These teams are desperately. The pressure is building on right now. Goomies has shown already in this game that they can hold out Splatoon White for as long as they need to in order to finally get a momentum shift into their favor. But Splatoon White are just not wanting to let go any sort of shift, and right now they're getting a little bit desperate, trying to get any clams into their name. 2 down for Splatoon White. Goomies already moving in to get clear out the remaining 2 members off of Splatoon White.
Well, as we're seeing with the special item, it looks like it is going to be in favor of the Goomies here. Being able to have that cooler up first, try to take this fight a little earlier. No, it looks like Foppy's going to go ahead and take down Rare here. Still going to the Warpack, and managed to get another pick on the grades here. Splatoon White is pushing in very far, but they don't have the clams yet to form their ball and make this push. They need to be able to coordinate. Hey, there's the ball. Here it comes. Here comes with more clams in. They only have 2 to their names here. It's not enough to take the lead. Here comes the pity. Looks like they're trying to get the jump in. Is the jump coming in? It's going to be hidden by the Booyah Bomb. The ball's going in. Yes, there's the lead flip.
In the last minute, last-ditch effort to try and get this game back in their favor. They just barely managed to play how to defeat with 10 seconds remaining and an 8-point lead. 1 power clam could instantly swing this, so Goomies had to get this aggression going. They cannot afford any mistakes right now. It's Splatoon White. 1 down for each side. We're in overtime right now. 2 down for Splatoon White. 3 down for Splatoon White. This could be Goomies' chance to win this game as 2 power clams are going in, and with 1 in, they just need 1 more clam, and just like that, they take this back!
Oh my gosh! Whoa! That last minute of the match was incredible! Being able to just use all these special, the Booyah Bomb, the Bubbler, anything that you have in the arsenal that can cover a power clam was used to get someone in to just slam dunk! Oh!
The saying is, it's not over until it's over. Even if you're down points, in overtime, you have 30 seconds of overtime. But if you get the clam in, that keeps going until that clam basket closes. Get the dub, indeed. Goomies showed that they weren't out of it just yet and barely clutch ripped that game out of another rip. That's what Splatoon Wipe just barely managed to be able to take.
Ooh, that spices things up because honestly, after that, there's two ways this can go. Either, oh shoot, kick yourself when you're down, we lost the momentum, or the response that we want to hear, one word, winnable. Because that's exactly the kind of approach you need going into game number 5 on Splat Zones and Mako Mart. Mako Mart is a fan favorite map. Splat Zones spices things up a bit because you've got a lot of space to work with. It is no longer, well, I mean, yeah, it is an objective mode. Obviously, it's a ranked mode. They have objectives, but it's open season. There is so much space to move and maneuver and cheese on this map that, honestly, I could see this going either way.
Yeah, no, Mako Mart with zones is a very... I like to think of it as a very volatile game mode because you have ledges and cover to like work with buckets and blasters and shooters to abuse that cover. You have long sight lines for chargers and stringers. You have just a lot of just ways you can just flank around for like backlining flanking weapons like wipers, and of course there are just special spammers that you could use with Re-Slider to just instantly flip the zone, by the way. Something we've seen already that teams are willing to do here at the CCA, running a Re-Slider weapon just with that instant flip. Like, this is a volatile map mode here, and with how Goomies have been changing their weapon comp every single map, Splatoon White really needs to pump the brakes here.
Okay. Theory time. We've seen things like the Slosher Deco come out from Goomies. Maybe they're thinking of a Dreadringer. It's that Slosher roll plus the Reef Slider that could prove very useful. We are seeing the Nautilus come out from Pamperinos here. And that's a Nocto. No, where do I even begin? That's a double color comp! That's what we talked about! Yo! Finally, the double cooler comp is coming out from Goomies here, and I think they're trying to just run away with this, aren't they?
Most definitely. With pulling up these constant weapon rotations, Goomies are keeping Splatoon White on their toes, just keeping them you don't know what they're gonna play if they don't know what they're gonna play. But just like that, an instant wipeout from Goomies! Splatoon White takes this momentum and just shoves it back into their face!
Well, I don't think Splatoon White expected the comp, but I think they expected that fight. So because, oh my, that is a very dominant showing in the first part of this match. And now that they've set themselves up, Goomies is on the back foot here. They are the ones that have to push in and make something happen. Mako Mart is not kind to be passive. They need to actively be able to take space, split up, and contest these very tough spots. Rare right here, gonna get 2v1'd on that right stack over here. Foppy being able to just zone out with those suction bombs with 40 points and counting right now. That is a devastating first push, and it's just gonna keep on going, isn't it? Never mind, I take that back.
Right as you say that, the rain comes out in order to contest the zone, followed by 2 picks from Goomies, getting Splatoon White down 2 players and counting as this momentum is still going in their favor. These teams are striking back, they're striking back hard, back and forth. These teams do not want to let this set go to the other, as Goomies are just encroaching in, pushing up forward, and now getting Splatoon White on the back foot.
Moving on with the flank! There's a double! Wipe out! Oh no! And the lead is going to flip! Oh, the knockdown from the top ropes from downtown! 2 members are feeding in the right side. It looks like they have coverage though. They can't manage. He's gonna chip them down again. 20 points! It is still 3 minutes left to play, but it looks like it won't matter. Bubble out here, throwing that fizzy bomb, trying to keep members out. Points left. Goomies, this is their opportunity to take their 4th game of the set with 1 point. That is game!
Oh, I know there's people on Splatoon White who are upset for that. They were just a little bit of ink short in order to at least contest the zone, but no, Goomies held strong, striking back twice as hard, taking that zone pretty much from 100 to 0. 80 points, not making that much of a difference considering you also have penalty points off of that. Goomies are looking very dominant right now.
I am in shock right now. My mouth won't close. Like, my jaw is just permanently hanging down here after that. because that was such that was textbook beautiful team play. Having one person draw the aggro, being the one that the other team was like, hey, we need to kill that guy, and then, oops, backdoor, too bad.
it was an instant wipeout, followed by a backlighting Octobrush, and it just, these teams, they have every right to be here, and it makes me wonder what kind of teams beat them in order to head on to grand finals, sending these two teams into this bronze matchup in this division. Like, they have a very just dominant holding both these teams, and even though it's unfortunate that Splatoon Wipe can't outpace Goomies, they're still doing such a strong job of just knocking Goomies down for almost every single chance that they get.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it on that first push, being able to just, clutch up, lock in, and say, okay, well, they're cooking with the weapons, we got the tried and true, let's go, team. And, funny you mention, the finals matches as well, because I'm personally hoping that we see all of these maps twice. And going into game number 6 in particular, Tower Control Inkblot Art Academy. This is a staple of competitive play. And I like to say it's like the final destination of Splatoon, where this is the map mode that tests everything. Your coordination, your teamwork, your ability to recognize your objective versus taking fights. This is the map of all time. And I think, although this is match point for Goomies, Splatoon White has a serious opportunity to make a statement with this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, with Splatoon White being more consistent and hardline and streamlined with their weapon comps, on paper they generally have a higher success rate for a map like this, which is very just all around just a neutral kind of scenario. With Goomies running more just off the comp, off kiltered weapon comps, it's genuinely very hard to say how Splatoon Wipe can try and abuse their more well-grounded, their more just stable weapon comp. Goomies haven't had the only consistent picks they've had so far is Pencil and Zap for the cooler. That's it. Almost literally 2-3 other weapon slots in their comp have been a rotating weapon lineup. So I genuinely don't know what to expect from them.
Hey, I mean, not to dip into the free agent scene a little bit, but flex players are in relatively high demand for teams that want to be able to do that, teams that want to cook. And being able to adjust your playstyle to that is important, because it could also be a good mental thing of, okay, well, if we always keep them guessing, they can never make adjustments. I guess air quotes can't, But the ability to be so flexible is a powerful asset. And speaking of flexibility, here comes that Luna Blaster again, and that is a carbon roll.
After mentioning that their staples was either an NZAP or a pencil, they just threw it all away with a heavy edit. This is the real mix-up, where even the casters don't even know what's gonna be coming out from Goomies' toolbox of weapons. And 1 goes down, 2 goes down for Splatoon White.
Okay, we're talking all this stuff about, they're inconsistent with the weapon choices. The one thing they are consistent with, though, is being able to show that they can use these weapons, which is incredible. Right now, Splatoon White still keeping that consistency. Wishy-washy, gonna go ahead and get some high ground over here over Rare, trying to push them back off of that stack, getting them off of that high ground, maybe give them a chance for the team to move in. The Luna Blaster is gonna be their objective of being able to contest the tower. However, being able to enable your M parries and your shot is very important to keep paint control, because without paint control, that Luna can't do anything. On the flip side, same general mindset, being able to enable that carbon rollover, keeping the paint up, and as well as keeping Rare with that tri-stringer in a very good spot to contest with the long range. With the first check down, it looks like the Goomies are going to be ahead here. However, with the way that this pan out, this could flip at any second.
Most definitely. I will say with Splatoon White running that pencil, they genuinely have the range advantage here, but that range advantage doesn't matter if that pencil has no breathing room to do anything whatsoever. As 3 go down from Splatoon 5, followed by a trade into their favor, a delayed wipe right there for Goomies, and that keeps on going as the pencil is in shock, I want to say, from witnessing a massacre.
Oh, I would be in shock too. That's terrifying. Seeing that carbon roller pop up and just absolutely demolish. Oh, is Pencil good? They're standing awfully still. Interesting. Oh, what is? Oh no! There's the DC.
I don't remember DC rules off the top of my head, but I want to say because that first checkpoint got taken, I don't think they're
to my knowledge, it is 2 minutes 30 and 50 points. I should know this from CCA stat, but I don't have this in front of me. The exact numbers are there somewhere, but it looks like they're just playing it out. So, I mean, if they play it out, nothing we can really do. If they want to play it out, I mean, go for it, but... Or maybe I don't know what the rules. Either way, it does look like they're going to be continuing this match as a 3v4, and the Zipcaster gonna go ahead and come out, try to get some picks over here. They don't have a lot of space to... Never mind, there goes Bubble! Right now, Floppy gonna go ahead and pick them off as the Carbon Roller Lumino going to come around and clean it up for the trade. And trades are not what you want to see if you are Splatoon White right now. That is a death sentence with a permanent numbers disadvantage.
This Carbon Roller is just doing roller things and keeping this aggression going. Finally being taken out by the Ludum Master as that tower control is marching on to the second checkpoint. Already second checkpoint done. Splatter screen comes out. It is just a massacre from Splatoon Wipe as Goomies keep this momentum going into their favor.
Oh, and that was a great double right there, but it looks like it wasn't going to be quite enough to stop this push quite yet. Excuse me. And right now, this Luna Blaster still holding control of mid. Passive just being able to shark there, but Lumino has not been detected yet. They're in that small patch of ink, waiting for someone to come by, and it looks like it's going to be Knife Loops on the receiving end. The Splashdown going to come out to save their life right here, but will it be enough? No, with the trade as they roll them over!
2 down from Splatoon White. Goomies have control over their tower right now as they're just slowly encroaching back, marching this tower back to the White zone. Another one down from Splatoon White. Second as this Carbon Roller is going in. Not Carbon Roller, I'm sorry, but Gal is just pushing into their bats. Finally getting taken out.
Well, and you gotta give Splatoon White, they're holding a decent defense considering they're a member down. Even with that screen push, where they are able to clear off the tower and be able to keep pushing it back. No third checkpoint has been broken yet. With 54 seconds left to play, it is looking grim. And, okay, it is going to be very tough, possibly the toughest push this season, but it's possible.
Most definitely. This is, if you ever pray for a miracle, this will be the moment. Maybe not after that wipeout though, but miracles can happen. And even though this is a 3v4, Splatoon Wipe are not giving up. They have every reason to believe that they can still win this, and they're going at it. One eventually going down from Splatoon White as we head to the final 20 seconds. Goomies getting another pick, finally getting taken down. This is grim as that tower is heading to that final checkpoint.
Oh, and that final checkpoint is not something you want to see, as Jim is the last one alive, forced to run at the tower, try to pick them up. That is going to be the wipeout, and Goomies is going to take this set and secure themselves third place on the podium, 5-1, Dark.
Oh, a very, very well fought set. Both these teams have done everything they can to stay alive for a little bit longer, and it is so unfortunate that DC happened for Splatoon White. It's unclear as to which way this game would have gone out if that DC didn't happen. But that's not what happened. What happened is that we had a disconnect, unfortunately, through sources unknown, giving this game 5 to Goomies, when making them their third place winners.
All I'm saying is, $20 a year. We pay $20 a year.
Yeah.
But that was definitely a strong showing from Goomies. Congratulations on that third place placing. Splatoon White, you guys definitely showed up. That was a good set.
Yeah, the gall to say like, we're down a player, we gotta disconnect, but we're gonna play this through. Like, it's already a dire situation. Being 1-4 in a set like this, I don't know them personally. I don't know what it might be like, but from my own experience, I would probably have a good guess that saying that morale might be a little bit low at that point. Seeing that the disconnect probably didn't help things, but they stuck it through. And regardless of the result from this set, you gotta give all their love and all their respect for Splatoon White making it this far, because 4th place in this division is still nothing to scoff at.
Div 3 was a tough division. I will not sugarcoat it. That is the best I can describe it is that at some point in playoffs, you hit what people call the trenches, and at that point, no matter who you're facing in the bracket, it is not going to be a fun time, and you need to lock in. So, congratulations to the Goomies. Great job to Splatoon White. I personally can't wait to see what you do in future seasons. And yeah, and I am being told by the voices of the divine that looks like we will not be getting our usual play all 9. However, from the sets that we got, that's satisfying. Maybe not the DC, but that's satisfying, right?
Yeah, these teams, I am a personal just enjoyer of Goomies running a toolbox comp and just being able to pull out any weapon they can out of their arsenal just to be able to keep their opponents off beat, off tempo, and off kilter. But with that being said and done, Goomies being your Division 3 third placement winner, that's gonna wrap up this set here. But just so the viewers at home are aware, there's still another game tonight. Our another bronze set actually for Division 6, if my memory serves me right. So don't go anywhere just yet. That'll be starting here in 30 minutes, in fact. But Frosty, as we're wrapping up here, where can they find you?
Hold on, sorry. See, I was trying to show this again, but I accidentally ripped it. And speaking of rip, perfect transition. So, I forgot what I was gonna say, but keep it on the back foot. So, you know what? Okay, funny thing. This has happened twice on CCA streams. Something random has happened, and I forget my train of thought completely. It happened during another set with when I was calling with Mizuno actually, and someone threw a toxic mist. I was so hyped about the toxic mist that my brain got toxic misted. So, you know, this has happened twice. So, you know,
happens to the best of us.
Now actually, so you know what? Get the dub. We got the dub today. So
yeah.
Sorry, what was the question again?
Where can they find you as we're wrapping up here?
Of course, yeah. Sorry for my goldfish-sized attention span. So, anyways, thank you so much. My name has been Frosty. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and Discord at Control-Alt-Defrost. Like the keyboard shortcut, but I butchered the ending. Dark, thank you so much for coming with me today. Where can the lovely people find you?
It's always a pleasure to be here. You can find me both at Twitter and Twitch at SPF_Dark, where I repost a bunch of random nonsense. I stream from time to time and playing Splatoon and there's a whole bunch of other games. But yeah, that's gonna be it for us here tonight. Goomies versus EaUCD Splatoon White. 5-1 in favor of Goomies, making them your third place victor here tonight. But don't go anywhere just yet, because in 30 minutes we'll be back with another bronze game. So stay tuned.